through 75 counties and hundreds of investigations, from the most violent crimes to petty infractions. This is Arkansas Crime Watch with Kevin Kelly.
He wasn't even their whole class period. When he got ready to change to his next class, somebody else decided my son's fate.
A mother in a state of disbelief after learning her son was shot at a school in Pine Bluff on March 1st and then died 2 days later. Good evening and thanks for watching Arkansas Crime Watch on Fox16.com. I'm Kevin Kelly. 15-year-old Dalen Burnett died Wednesday evening at Children's Hospital. The suspect is now behind bars, charged as an adult. More on him in just a minute. But first, an emotional mother sharing her story with our Mitch McCoy about what happened in the hallways of Watson Chapel Junior High earlier this week.
He had to wait for his clothes to dry.
Monday morning started with a dash of laundry. 15-year-old Dalen Burnett running late for class at Watson Chapel Junior High.
My husband took him to school.
Lakeisha Lee, Dalen's mom, says it was 20 minutes after Dalen, a 9th grader, got to school.
My 13-year-old son called me and said he watched his brother fall to the ground because he had been shot.
She didn't believe it.
It's his little brother. He said, "Mama, I'm serious. I'm walking through his blood right now."
A normal 5-minute drive to school. Lakeisha rushed there in only 2. She says details were difficult to get. Then she saw Dalen being rushed out by paramedics, a medical helicopter waiting to bring him to Little Rock.
You would think the school would be my son's safe haven.
Mom says he had a bright smile and was a star athlete.
He's gonna make you laugh whether you want to or not.
Lakeisha says Dalen and the alleged shooter,
They were good friends.
15-year-old Thomas Quarles, now facing charges as an adult.
For you to plan out and actually act out on your plans on how you would get rid of my son, actually come to school.
Lakeisha says the two had some kind of argument and says Quarles had been looking for Dalen earlier that morning.
He had been asking kids, "Have you saw Dalen? Y'all haven't saw Dalen yet?"
Now she wants answers, not just from the school district, but from Pine Bluff Police.
He didn't deserve this. He done nothing wrong.
As for the suspect, 15-year-old Thomas Quarles, he appeared in court on Wednesday and is now being charged as an adult. He was originally charged with first-degree battery, but after Burnett died, the charges were upgraded to capital murder. He remains behind bars and is being held on a $1 million bond. His next court appearance is scheduled for April 12th. Police continue to investigate a fatal shooting on West Markham in Little Rock. It happened at around 4 o'clock, February 28th. The victim was identified as 28-year-old Xavier Crosby. He was able to tell officers that he was supposed to meet a man in the parking lot, but was instead shot by the suspect, who then left. No additional information was provided on that suspect. Pine Bluff police arrest a man they say was wanted in connection to a homicide that happened last month. Police say Kevin Gray is now in custody after turning himself in on Thursday. Authorities tell us he was wanted in the shooting death of Keith Hawkins on February 26th at an apartment complex. Gray is now facing several charges, including capital murder and terroristic act. Caught on camera, 5 suspects accused of shooting a teenager at Otter Creek last weekend. Take a good look at each one of these surveillance photos. Police need your help identifying and locating these men. Authorities believe they may have played a role in a shooting that resulted in a 17-year-old girl being shot in the leg. If you recognize them or have any information, contact the Little Rock Police. Bryant police are on the hunt for a man involved in a commercial burglary. Take a good look at this photo. Police hope one of you might recognize this person. The burglary happened at the Dollar General store on Highway 5 on March 3rd. If you know anything about it, contact Bryant Police. A popular eatery in the Soma district of Little Rock burglarized. These pictures show the damage done to the Root Cafe on Main Street. Police responded to a burglary alarm around 4 o'clock this past Tuesday. The glass door had been smashed, beer was stolen, and thanks to surveillance video, police were able to arrest a suspect 30 minutes later. We begin tonight's crime report in Little Rock, where police arrested one of their own. Officer Marcus Getter was arrested last month. He's accused of stealing a purse at a bar last November. It had $1,600 inside. Police say he was off duty at the time. Getter is on administrative leave and is scheduled to be in court March 9th. Faulkner County authorities arrest a man after allegedly leading deputies and state police in a car chase. Joey Staley faces several charges in connection to Thursday night's pursuit. State police say troopers tried to stop him Wednesday morning near Conway. Instead of pulling over, he just took off. Police say he also showed a gun during the chase. They were able to finally track him down at a home near Mayflower. State police say he could face charges for attempted capital murder. A woman who police say was kidnapped earlier this week in Jacksonville has been found safe in Mississippi. According to police, the woman was taken from her home in the 200 block of Northeastern Avenue early Tuesday morning by her estranged husband, Shannon Deshawn Jones. I did talk to U.S. Marshals, who told me Jones was the one who contacted them over the phone, saying he was scared and wanted to turn himself in. Marshals then directed him to local authorities in Jackson, Mississippi, where he was arrested. She was examined by medical personnel and her family was notified. No word on what charges he could face or when he might be extradited. In tonight's Crime Tracker report, Arkansas State Police are investigating a shooting that left one woman injured in Hot Spring County. It happened March 1st along Sand Road, which is east of Rockport. Authorities say 22-year-old Allison Wesolowski was shot while traveling as a passenger in a truck. She was taken to a hospital in Malvern. She's expected to survive. State police did track down an abandoned car at a home that may have been involved, but so far, no one has been arrested. Two men in Monticello were arrested last Tuesday after officers found them sound asleep in a car at a local convenience store. Police received reports of the parked car and responded to conduct a welfare check. When they arrived, officers found the men asleep, but that's not all. They also found 2 ounces of methamphetamine sitting in the car's console and drug paraphernalia. Kenneth Redding of Monroe, Louisiana, and James Childress of Fordyce were arrested for felony drug charges. Stuttgart police arrest a third suspect in connection to a fatal shooting that happened early last month. 19-year-old Gary Wolford is currently being held at the Arkansas County Jail for his possible involvement in the February 11th homicide of Dion Clark at an apartment complex north of Buracle Street. Acting on a tip, police found Wolford at a home last night and placed him under arrest. 2 other men, Jay Sean Williams and Naqualis Murray, have also been arrested. Murray has been charged with capital murder. Formal charges against Williams and Wolford are pending. The U.S. Marshals teaming up with Crime Watch to track down some of their most wanted suspects. Tonight, the spotlight is on this man, Peter Karsmarzik. He's wanted for residential burglary. If you recognize him or know where he is, contact U.S. Marshals. The number is there on your screen. Keep in mind, you can remain anonymous. As we leave you, here's a look at Arkansas's most wanted. We want to remind you all of the suspects you've seen tonight are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Remember, if you have any information on any of these cases we talked about tonight, you're asked to call your local police department. Thanks for watching Arkansas Crime Watch. I'm Kevin Kelly. Be smart, be safe, and if you see something, say something. I'll see you tomorrow night on Fox 16 News at 5:30 and 9.